This lesson can help parents become more interactive in their book reading time with their child. Typically, when we read books to our children, we read the book and the child listens. In something called dialogic reading, we can help the child become the teller of the story. We adults become the listener, the questioner, and the audience for the child. Children learn most from books when they are actively involved. This doesn't mean that you can't read a book to your child without being actively engaged in the story. Sometimes you just want to read stories just for fun and read it all the way through. I'm going to give you some strategies that you can use to actively engage your child in book reading. Here is a book I chose, A New House for Mouse. The first strategy to engage your child in the book reading process is to use WH prompts. These prompts usually begin with what, where, when, why, and how questions. These WH prompts focus on pictures in the book. For example, when the child gives you the book, you might say, "What is the name of this animal?" Or, "What is the mouse going to eat?" "What color is this?" For open-ended WH questions, you can say, "What do you think the mouse wants?" "What do you think the mouse is going to do?" "Where do you think the mouse got that apple?" Another strategy you can use while reading the book is called completion prompts. A completion prompt is when you state a sentence and leave a portion of the sentence blank. You pause and let the child fill it in. So on this page you might say, "The mouse is looking at the," and your child can fill in apple. "What's in the sky?" "I see a blue," and the child can say cloud. You can also use completion prompts with things that you've read in the story. So the mouse on this page says, "I would like that apple to eat. I must bring it inside." After reading, you can say to your child, "I would like that apple to," and the child can fill in the word eat. And then you can say, "I must bring it," and the child can say inside. This is a great way for your child to improve their vocabulary and expressive language. You can also leave more than just one word open in a sentence. So you can say, "I would like," and the child could say, "an apple to eat." And then you might say, "I must," and the child can say, "bring it inside." So if your child can fill in the sentence with one word, pause sooner and see if they can fill in more of the sentence. Another strategy you can use is an open-ended prompt. These kind of prompts prompt the child to use more language than just single words. For example, you might look at this page and say, "Tell me what's happening in this picture." You can also engage your child in specific speech and language goals. For example, if your child is working on learning prepositions, in, on, through, under, you can take this page and ask them, "Where is the apple?" "It's next to the mouse." "Where are the trees?" "They are on the hill." "Where's the mouse going to go?" "In the hole." Say your child is working on using present tense verbs. You can look at this page after you read it and say, "The mouse is talking." "What is the bear doing?" The child can respond, "The bear is smiling." "How does the bear feel?" "The bear is happy." By using certain prompts, you can get your child to use longer expressive language and use the vocabulary that they're learning in the book. When you get to the end of the book, it's always a good time to ask the child, now we're at the end of the book. This is the end of the story. Where is the beginning? Do you remember where the beginning of the story is? And see if your child can find the beginning of the story. The last kind of prompt is called a distancing prompt. These kind of prompts allow you and your child to think about your personal connection to the story. In this story, I think about apples, and I might say, do you remember when we picked apples? See if your child can recall that event. See if they can remember where they picked the apples, who they picked them with, when did they pick them, what season was it, and what did they do afterward with the apples. You might also say, a bear. I remember another story that you really like about a bear. Do you remember what that story is, or can you show it to me and see if your child can find that connection to the bear? I hope you find these strategies helpful with reading a book to your child. Again, just allow your child to have fun with the book. Don't feel like you have to comment or make a question on every single page. We definitely don't want the child to get bored or feel like this interaction is a quiz or a test. We really do want them to enjoy the book. Let them turn the pages and stop on each page and wait for your child to be finished with the page. They might want to label pictures to you. They might want to tell you something about the page. It's okay if you don't ever flip the next page. As long as they're interacting with you and enjoying the experience, this is what we really want. Really, the goal is that you and your child have a conversation about the book and enjoy being together.